Joseph, it's a blessing having you as a son. I'm very proud of the man you've become. And I know you're going to make an amazing husband, an amazing father one day. I've never seen my son as happy as he is tonight. And I want to thank you for that, Rica. And I want you to know how honored we are for you to be part of our family.
This isn't just a room full of family and friends. It's a room full of memory. We're talking decades of memories. Decades of these separate, tiny moments that, they're special in themselves, but when you add them all together, it's made me who I am, and it's made Rica who she is. Every single time that we needed you, you were always there. Rica and I love you so much. We feel very lucky to have a room full of beautiful people that love us just as much as we love all of you.
Rica came into the picture, thankfully, beautiful, made him a more attractive person. I'm really happy that all of you guys are here to celebrate. I'm happy I have a new sister. Joseph actually wrote as a senior in high school. Yeah, he's probably like, oh my God. I just moved into a new apartment and I was going through and found the old yearbook. The way he wrote is, I, Joseph Vaughn, being of recently careless but futurely prepared mind and exhausted body from high school, really girl, leave this thought: life doesn't end when you graduate. It doesn't yet to come. Make decisions for the good of tomorrow, not for the pleasures of today. So I know we're here celebrating right now the pleasures of today, the love of Rica and Joseph, but I know the best is still to come. There's more good years, and I'm so happy that you found someone you love who loves you to share it with. I know you may think you're here for Joe and Rica's wedding, but little did you know, I do have to give an hour lecture on dental materials so they can write this off as a business expense. Joke aside, Rica has been the sister I never had. Whenever I didn't want my parents to yell at me, I would invite her over. I have fond memories of nights hanging out downstairs at her house, eating pretzels dipped in frosting, which is really good, by the way. Getting hot cocoa together when our fingers were frozen at band competitions, band camp when the septic tank was broken, picking her up to go to 5 a.m. swim practice when it was snowing outside, reading gossip magazines in Bio 180, and thinking that Sour Patch Kids were an appropriate breakfast. Watching her perform at Snowflake Lane, which going with her to Obone, doing late night study sessions, DAT prep, and a lot more. So I remember when Rica first told me about Joe. We were at Queen Mary's tea room celebrating her birthday. He's tall, handsome, from Alabama, a gentleman, and he's a dentist? How did this happen? It really was fate. So, to summarize, we're glad you passed all the tests, Joe. You know what I mean. You are her biggest fan, her best friend, and now partner in life.
The day you were born, I experienced something that I never in my life imagined I would. Who got to hold the baby before mom? I did. Joe, I remember going with you and Rica across the Sound, the Bainbridge Island, out to this park. But I remember following the two of you, watching you as we were walking down the pathways through the woods, and I saw that both of you found joy in each other. Now, many months later, we decided at some point to cohabitate. Because I actually had the text message from Joe, Mr. Maverick, you have time to talk today. I wrote back, yes, what time? He wrote back, how about 1 o'clock? and Joe called me. Hi, Mr. Ackert, how are you? Oh, fine. What's up? Well, I was calling because I wanted to ask your permission to marry my daughter. And there was nervousness in his voice. I think I said, no. From the first time I met Joe, you impressed me because I grew up in the South. And I understood that you raised him with good Southern manners. More importantly, I saw him treating my daughter as a gentleman would treat a woman. And I greatly appreciate all the efforts that the two of you took to instill into me in this wonderful, now my son. It's going to be Mackert, right? Is the surname?
So I'm pretty certain this evening, when Rica and Joe are gazing at each other, I'm up here. Sure, there's no equipment right there. Fancy stuff. And that makes your potty nucleus fire like crazy. And that is 1/3 what you feel as love. And finally, let's think of something a little bit more long-lasting. Attachments. There are two main chemicals for that. You have oxytocin and you have vasopressin. Oxytocin is the attachment drug. It's what makes you feel bonded to someone. When you give birth, when you have sex. Is that too inappropriate? I think we're all adults here. But, I mean, at the end of it, that is what exactly makes something a long-lasting relationship. And that is something that we witnessed this evening, that both Joe and Rica have done.
I met Joe in dental school, but it was a small idea to make a class video that was the catalyst for our friendship to become what it is today. He and I spent what felt like hundreds of hours brainstorming, and a friendship and AJO Productions were born. And it's hard not to be friends with Joe. I mean, he is a smart, funny, nice guy from the backwoods of Alabama who drives a car the size of a go-kart, who has no shame in ordering PBR at every bar he ever goes to, who likes music I promise none of you have ever heard of, and who decided to move thousands of miles away to start a journey that ultimately led us all here today. To celebrate this snapshot in time that he and his new bride will remember for the rest of their lives. Rica, I'm so happy that Joe found his forever in you. You are a wonderful, beautiful, talented person, and I know that he is going to make you his #1 priority.